All right, so we're diving in. You've thought about it, maybe even dreaded it a little bit,
Oh, yeah.
starting that fitness and healthy eating journey,
Hmm.
especially when the gym feels like this whole other universe.
Absolutely.
It has its own language customs equipment you've never even seen before.
It's intimidating.
Oh, yeah.
It can be.
And that is why we are diving into Science RA,
Okay.
which is basically like saying the attached text.
Right.
It's your friendly, no-nonsense guide to this world of sports and gyms.
I like it.
Our mission is simple.
Okay.
We want to extract the truly helpful and encouraging advice from this beginner's manual so you can walk into that gym or adjust your eating habits, not feeling lost, but actually empowered to make progress.
That's the goal.
Let's tackle that initial moment,
Okay.
the first taste of reality.
All right.
You have this picture in your head
Mm-hmm.
of instant results, quick transformation.
Yep.
The guide speaks to this expectation of almost magical changes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You're picturing waking up after one workout looking like you've been sculpted by professionals.
Yeah.
Right.
Like an ad.
Yes.
A fitness ad.
Like
And
wham!
reality hits.
The guide hits you with the truth,
Yeah.
describing that first morning feeling like you've gone a few rounds with a heavyweight champion.
You get out of bed and you're like,
What happened?
did I get hit by a truck?
That initial muscle soreness is something that many beginners find quite surprising.
It is.
And they think, oh, I've done something wrong.
Totally.
But as the guide wisely points out, that pain,
Yeah.
while uncomfortable, is actually a positive sign.
It is a good sign.
It's your body's way of saying,
Mhm.
okay, we're finally getting to work here.
Yes. Finally.
Yeah.
Something's happening.
It's those tiny micro tears in your muscle fibers that are repairing and rebuilding, ultimately making you stronger.
You're breaking them down and building them back up,
Exactly.
which is the name of the game.
It's crucial for long-term progress, and it can even help prevent future injuries.
Yeah.
So you're actually doing yourself a favor.
You are.
It's like your muscles are sending you a wake-up call after a long period of
Well, there's
maybe putting things off.
right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about fuel
Okay.
for this journey food.
Right.
This is another area where many people starting out
Yeah.
get really tripped up by the urge to go all or nothing.
Yes, the all-or-nothing approach.
The guide definitely addresses this common pitfall,
Of course.
this misconception that to see results, you need to completely deprive yourself,
Yeah.
existing solely on lettuce leaves and water.
Just rabbit food.
Pretty miserable.
Oh, yeah. Sounds awful.
And the guide suggests that you go from your regular eating habits to extreme restriction overnight.
Yeah.
What happens?
No, it's not going to last.
It's not going to last.
You're
You're going to break.
You're going to cave at some point.
Yeah, and you're going to find yourself reaching for that extra large pizza,
Exactly.
feeling like you haven't eaten in days.
Because your body's craving.
All the things that you've been restricting.
That rebound effect.
Big time.
You drastically cut calories or restrict entire food groups.
Mm-hmm.
Your body starts to crave those things intensely.
It's a survival mechanism.
And often leading to overindulging in less healthy options later on.
Right back where you started.
Yeah.
Maybe even
We've
worse.
all been there.
Oh, I think we all have.
The guide offers a much more sensible approach.
Please tell me.
Balance. It's about making sure you're getting enough protein,
Okay.
loading up on those vegetables, including healthy fats in your diet.
Mm-hmm.
And here's an important point.
Okay.
Not being afraid of carbohydrates.
Oh, no.
As long as you're eating them in reasonable amounts.
They're not the enemy.
It's about nourishing your body so it has the energy to work, not punishing it.
Exactly. Food is fuel.
Food is fuel.
It's not something to be feared.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Building eating habits that you can maintain over the long term.
Yes. Sustainability.
Rather than seeking quick fixes
Right.
that often backfire.
Which they do.
Okay, let's mentally step into the gym itself.
Okay.
For many, this can feel like the most daunting part of the whole process.
It can be scary.
The guide has some really practical advice
I hope so.
for navigating this environment.
Let's hear it.
You walk through those doors,
Okay.
and maybe you instinctively head for the treadmill.
Familiar territory.
It feels familiar.
Yeah.
Safe starting point.
Right.
But the guide
Yeah.
gently encourages you to consider
Mm-hmm.
what other possibilities
Yeah.
exist beyond the cardio machines.
Okay, so what else is there?
What's fascinating here is the guide's emphasis
Love.
on not limiting yourself to just one type of exercise,
Okay.
particularly just endless walking on the treadmill.
Right.
While cardiovascular exercise is certainly beneficial
Yeah,
for your heart health and overall fitness,
for sure.
relying solely on it might mean you miss out on other crucial aspects,
Like what?
like building muscle. You could spend months on the treadmill and find that your progress plateaus.
So you need
It
more
might.
than just cardio.
And your muscles might feel, well,
Underutilized.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this naturally leads us to the weight training area,
Okay.
which for many beginners might feel like a zone reserved for the super fit.
It's a little intimidating.
The guide directly tackles this common misconception
All right.
that lifting weights will somehow magically transform you into a bodybuilder overnight.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, this is such a critical point for women especially,
Yeah.
who sometimes worry about becoming bulky.
Right. I don't want to look like a man.
The guide stresses that weightlifting isn't just for those looking to gain significant muscle mass.
Okay.
In fact, it can be incredibly effective for achieving a toned and more defined physique.
So you can get toned
You can get toned.
without getting bulky.
Building muscle actually helps boost your metabolism, improves your overall strength and endurance, and contributes to that feeling of being strong and capable.
So there's a lot of benefits.
Right. There are a lot of benefits.
It's not just about aesthetics.
Yeah.
It's about functionality, too.
Think of it as a powerful tool
Mm-hmm.
for shaping your body
Yeah.
in a way that cardio alone often can't achieve.
Okay. So
Yeah.
cardio and weights together.
Yes.
That's the magic formula.
So don't shy away from those dumbbells.
Okay.
Now you're in the gym
Mm-hmm.
and you see people lifting what looks like an impressive amount of weight,
Right.
doing exercises that seem incredibly complicated.
Show-offs.
The guide has some really down-to-earth advice for this situation.
Okay, good, because I need it.
The guide strongly advises against feeling any pressure
Okay.
to immediately replicate what more experienced gym goers are doing.
Right. Don't compare yourself.
There's no need to jump straight into heavy lifting or intricate routines.
Yes, start slow.
The focus should be on starting with the basics, learning the correct form for fundamental exercises, and gradually increasing the challenge as you get stronger and more comfortable.
Remember, this is your personal fitness journey,
Mm,
not a race or a competition against anyone else in the gym.
right. It's me versus me.
Exactly.
Okay.
And speaking of everyone else in the gym,
Yeah.
the guide also includes a little word of caution
Oh.
about the well-intentioned but sometimes misguided
Mm-hmm.
advice you might receive from fellow gym goers.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's an expert.
Not everyone who carries a protein shaker
Right.
is a certified expert.
Just because you look the part
Yeah.
doesn't mean you know what you're talking about.
The guide suggests that some self-proclaimed trainers at the gym
Yeah.
can be about as helpful as the decorative plants.
Oh, wow.
The core message is to be discerning about the advice that you take,
Be careful who you listen to.
and to always try to verify information.
Yeah, do your research.
It's generally a good idea to seek guidance from qualified fitness professionals
Yeah, someone who actually knows what they're talking about.
who have the knowledge and expertise.
To provide safe and effective training plans.
Okay, so
Yeah.
look for credentials.
What red flags should you be looking out for?
Oh, good question.
With unsolicited advice.
Yeah,
Be wary of anyone promoting extreme or very rapid results.
right. If it sounds too good to be true,
Yeah.
it probably is.
Or anyone whose advice feels overly prescriptive without understanding your individual needs and goals.
Yeah, a one-size-fits-all approach is not a good idea.
Seeking out certified trainers or doing your own research from reputable sources are always your best bet.
Right, so do your homework.
Okay, so you've started making some changes to your eating.
Mm-hmm.
You're venturing into the gym.
Okay.
Now comes the part where your body might have a little bit of an initial protest.
Oh, yeah.
The guide paints a rather amusing but also very relatable
Okay.
picture of those first few weeks.
What's it going to be like?
What's insightful here is how universal
Mhm.
those initial experiences are for beginners.
Oh, good. So I'm not alone.
The guide describes everyday activities suddenly feeling much harder. Like what?
Stairs becoming a major obstacle.
Oh, yeah.
Even something as simple as laughing causing muscle cramps.
Oh, no.
That overwhelming urge to just throw in the towel because everything feels so difficult and unfamiliar.
It's tempting to quit.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
Every little movement felt like a significant effort.
I bet.
But the guide offers such a reassuring message.
Okay, I need that.
These feelings are completely normal.
Good.
Everyone who starts an exercise program goes through this initial phase of adjustment.
It's part of the process.
Give yourself permission to push through those first few weeks,
Okay.
knowing that you're not alone and feeling a little like a newborn giraffe trying to find its footing.
I love that analogy.
Now let's shift gears and talk about how you might be tracking your progress.
Okay.
Often the first thing people do
Yeah.
is step on the scale.
The dreaded scale.
But the guide offers a valuable alternative perspective.
Oh, good.
The guide makes a really important point about not allowing the number on the scale.
Yeah. To be the sole indicator of how you're doing,
Right. It's not the only thing that matters.
your weight can be a somewhat misleading metric
How so?
because it doesn't differentiate between muscle mass and body fat.
Ah, okay.
It's entirely possible that you might not see a significant change on the scale,
Mm-hmm.
even while your body composition is improving.
Right.
You're gaining muscle,
Right.
and you're losing fat.
So the scale might not change,
Exactly.
but your body is changing.
Instead of getting fixated on that number,
Mm-hmm.
the guide encourages you to pay attention to other,
Yeah.
often more meaningful signs of progress.
Like what?
How are you feeling overall? Do
Okay.
you have more energy throughout the day?
Right.
Are you noticing improvements in your strength during your workouts?
Mm-hmm.
Are your clothes starting to fit differently?
Okay, those are good indicators.
These kinds of changes can often be much more encouraging and accurate reflections
Yeah.
of the positive impact your efforts are having.
It's about how you feel,
It's about how you feel,
not just how you look.
not just how you look.
Okay.
It's about shifting your focus from a single number
Mm-hmm.
to a more holistic view of your overall well-being.
Right. The big picture.
And that leads us to the final piece of advice from the guide,
Okay.
which is about reframing how you think about exercise itself.
Right.
It's so easy to fall into the trap of viewing it as a chore,
Oh, yeah.
a punishment you have to endure
Right.
for perhaps indulging a little too much.
I've been bad, so now I have to exercise.
It's like, okay, I have to go suffer through a workout now because I had that extra dessert.
Yeah, exactly.
But the guide really advocates for a complete shift in that mindset.
Okay, so how should we think about it?
The guide suggests trying to view exercise not as something you have to do,
Okay.
but as something you get to do,
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
an enjoyable part of a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
It encourages you to experiment with different types of sports and activities
Mhm.
until you find something that you genuinely enjoy
Right. Find something you love.
and look forward to.
It shouldn't feel like a chore.
I really like this particular line.
Okay.
It reframes going to the gym
Oh,
as an appointment with your best self,
I love that.
rather than feeling like a dreaded trip to prison.
Yeah, it's a chance to improve yourself.
That's such a powerful way to look at it.
It is.
It's about investing in your own health and happiness, feeling good in your body,
Right.
and finding some enjoyment in the process.
Exactly.
So let's recap the key insights we've gleaned from our deep dive
All right.
into...
The attached text.
Yes.
Okay.
We've learned that it's important to start with realistic expectations and to
Yeah.
understand that initial muscle soreness is a normal and even beneficial sign
It's a good thing.
that your body is adapting.
Right.
We've discussed the significance of adopting a balanced and sustainable approach to eating,
Mm-hmm.
avoiding the pitfalls of extreme dieting.
Don't go crazy.
We've highlighted the value of exploring different types of exercise beyond just cardiovascular activities
Mm-hmm.
and the particular benefits of incorporating weight training into your routine.
Right. It's important.
We've also emphasized the importance of being patient with any initial discomfort you might experience,
Yeah.
not comparing your journey to others,
That's your own journey.
and being thoughtful about the advice you choose to follow.
Be discerning.
And crucially, we've encouraged you to look beyond the number on the scale as the sole measure of your progress,
Right.
and to pay closer attention to how you feel and the positive changes you're noticing in your body and energy levels.
Okay, so it's about the big picture,
Yes, the big picture.
not just the number on the scale.
So as our guide suggests,
Mm-hmm.
you're really at a crossroads right now.
Okay.
You have a choice.
Uh-huh.
You can continue to think, I'll start next Monday,
Yeah.
and potentially find yourself in the same place down the line.
Procrastination.
Or you can decide to take action today
Okay.
to make that first step, no matter how small it might seem.
Any step is a good step.
Because every single effort you make, every healthier meal choice, every minute you spend moving your body
Yeah.
is a step forward on your journey.
You're making progress.
And that brings us to our final thought.
Right.
Time is going to keep moving forward.
That's for sure.
Regardless of what you decide,
Mhm.
will you use that time to actively work towards becoming a healthier, stronger version of yourself?
Good question.
Or will you look back and realize that you're still waiting for that perfect Monday to arrive?
A Monday that never comes.
Consider the long-term impact of the choices you're making today on your overall health and well-being down the road.
Yeah, think about the future you.
It's up to you.
You have the power.